Hello everyone, this is Purnima, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Jesus College for Women, from Mysuru. So today I am going to explain about a small genetic concept called incomplete dominance. So here in the class we will discuss about that what is the meaning of incomplete dominance or definitions of the incomplete dominance. So what is the examples or occurs? Then what is the result or it's also called ratio of the incomplete dominance. So let us discuss by one. These incomplete dominance or it is also called blended inheritance or partial dominance. So before going to study about that incomplete dominance or incomplete inheritance, meaning of let us discuss by meaning of inheritance. So meaning of inheritance, it means the genetic characters it will be moved towards the one generation to next generations. We call it inheritance. So here in the case of the incomplete dominance or incomplete inheritance, the genetic characters cannot be moved or cannot be move properly moved to the another generations. It is incomplete. So completely it cannot be moved. That will be called incomplete dominance. So it is also one type of the allelic gene interactions in the genetic concept. These incomplete dominant, it is also called allelic gene interactions. So let us discuss by what is the definitions of incomplete dominance. So first one, definitions of the incomplete dominance. Um, the inability of the dominant genes to express itself completely in the presence of the recessive gene. It is called incomplete dominance or partial dominance or partial inheritance or blended inheritance. That means what? The inability, it cannot be express itself in the presence of the recessive gene. So I repeat, the inability to dominate gene, it means capital A, capital B, like that. It will show the dominance in the case of the recessive gene. So the inability to dominate genes to express itself completely in the presence of the recessive genes, we call it the incomplete dominance. So what will be occur? That will be called flower color in Mirabilis jalapa. It is also called Mirabilis plant. So it is also called 4 o'clock plant or Mirabilis jalapa. So, in the year of the 1904, the scientist called Carl Currents, he was identified the incomplete dominance in the case of the Mirabilis jalapa. So, I hope all of you understanding the topic that we call incomplete dominance. I repeat, the inability to dominate genes to express itself in the presence of the recessive gene that we call incomplete dominance. So, let us move on to the what happens in the case of the incomplete dominance. So let us the some of the definitions we call it in a 4 o'clock plant when a homozygous red colored or a red flower fruit it will be cannot be it can be represented by the capital R and capital uh, R. It is cross the pure white colored plant that we call small r again the small r. It is also called one dominance we call it capital R and capital R and another dominant recessive genes we call it small r and the small r. So it will be interact each other, capital R or small r. It is also called homozygous red flower plant. Again, the homozygous pure white flower plant. It will be interact each other. That we call all the hybrid plants produce a pink color flowers. So it will be actual case in the case of the F1 hybrid. So red flower fruit. It will be red flower plant. It will be cross between the pure white flower plant in the F1 hybrid. That will be called. It will be get the all or pink flower plant. Next, so what will be occurs? So here the dominant gene for red flower or red color is incompletely suppress the expressions of the recessive genes for white color. So pink is blended between the white and red. I repeat. So here the dominant genes of the red color is incompletely suppress the expressions of the recessive genes for white color. So pink is blended, inherited, or it will be completely between the red and white. So again, it will be F1, it will be cross the self cross, undergoes a self cross. They produce one red, two pink color flowers, and the one white flowers in the case of the F2 generations. So F1 generations get the, all of the pink color flowers. So undergoes the F2 generations, it will be produce the one red, two pink, and the one white flowers. It will be done. So this is the phenotypic and genotypic ratio of the incomplete dominance. There is no specific genes for the pink color flowers in the Mirabilis jalapa. There is no pink color flowers to produce the pink color flowers that we call Mirabilis jalapa. So it means the incomplete dominance, both alleles of characters express their characters in the F1 generations. So F1 generations introduce as the mixture of the characters of the both the parents that we call red and white. So this is the schematic representations of the incomplete dominance. So here in the case of the, we will take out the two parental plant that we call red flower plant, another one pure white flower plant. One will be dominant, one will be recessive. So it can be represented by the red flower plant will be represented by the capital R, again the capital R. Then white flower plant will be represented by the small r and the small r. Again the gametes will be formed. One will be called capital R, that is called red. One will be called small r, that we call white flower. So these are the both interact each other in the F generations or F1 hybrid. It will be get both are pink color or pink flower plant. So it is a blended between the both red and white. So here in the case of the law of dominant is completely absent. So in the case of the F1 hybrid, the pink flowers plant will be formed. It means the dominant genes cannot be expressed itself to show the phenotypic characters. It means completely absence, again completely presence in the recessive gene. It means what? The dominant genes cannot be expressed itself to show the genetic characters that will be called red. So it will be completely suppress the expressions of the recessive gene that will be called pink. So pink is blended between the red and white. So next it will be undergoes the F2 generations or self crossed. Again it will be get one pink, sorry, one red, two pink, and the one white color flowers will be formed. So finally we will get the phenotypic ratio that we call 1 is to 2 is to 1. So this is the another slide, we call it incomplete dominance. It is a diagrammatic representations. Two pink color flowers, one will be white, one will be red, or it will be also called one will be white, again the one will be dark pink, or it is also considered as a red, again the one will be uh, sorry, two will be dark pink. So finally, in this case of the incomplete dominance, it means what? The inability of the dominant genes, it cannot be expressed itself to show the genetic characters. It means what? Parental characters which we call red and white. It is completely suppress the expressions of the genetic characters or dominant genes that we call incomplete dominant. It is also called allelic gene interactions, or these incomplete dominant. It is also called blended inheritance or partial inheritance. The genetic characters cannot be moved towards the another generations. It is incompletely. It means what? The dominant genes cannot be expressed itself to show the characters that we call incomplete dominance. It will be occur in the case of the Mirabilis jalapa, or it is also called 4 o'clock plant. In the year of the 1904, the scientist called Carl Currens was introduced the incomplete dominance in the case of the Mirabilis jalapa. So here in the case of the incomplete dominance, two parental flower plant, one will be red, one will be white. It will be both interact each other. In the F1 generations, it will be get both pink color flowers will be formed. So pink color flowers, it will be blended or it will mix the characters of the red and white. So here in the case of the F1, the dominant genes cannot be expressed itself to show the character that we call incomplete dominance. It means the genetic characters cannot be moved towards the or completely moved towards the cannot be completely moved towards the another generations that we call incomplete dominance. Finally, it will be get 1 is to 2 is to 1, that is the phenotypic ratio of the incomplete dominance. One will be red, one will be white, and two will be pink. And I hope all of you understand this topic. Thank you.